always be on the right side of the people. But one thing I have realized, that Jim Crow has messed us up so bad that we want funding and campaign donations, and once we get into office, we somehow forget where we come from. And I'm not talking about you, but I look at our other elected officials, how they allow MMS to get abused at city council. And as I came in here, I wasn't going to say anything. But when I walked in here and I seen the city of Chicago ticketing all of the legal people in here to voice their concern about the illegal people. That's not right.
Who got ticketed?
No. The city of Chicago, when I walked in, the booth people and the ticket people out there writing up all the black people. So what I'm saying is,
we paid for all the parking.
Yeah, but well, fix it with the city. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, dear brother. I'm sick of it. And I'm sick of these Uncle Tom Negro elected officials that the only thing they figure CTU and the rest of these unions gonna keep them in office. I'm the first person that stopped the bus of the illegal migrants in Wadsworth, and I won't be the last. So what I'm saying, dear brother, look, I'm uncensored. I'm uncensored. I have not took a grant nor a dollar, so they can't control me. I'm a free black man. So what I'm saying to you is, what are we going to do about reparations?
Yeah! Thank you, brother. Please just 2 last comments and then I'll be available to talk with you. But I want to dismiss the program. This was scheduled 1 to 4. I want to honor that. We started on time, close on time, and then you can come forward and we will respond to any question that's given to us. Yes, ma'am? Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Congressman. My name is Beverly Carson Flowers. And my question is, when are we going to get the homelessness up off the street? And my other question is, all our youth, who I'm taking from 40 down to 14 now, once they are incarcerated, can you please help get a program so that when they come out of the jail, they will have a job and will not have to resort back to crime?
Thank you very much for your comment. Yes?
My question to you, my name is Jonathan, like you, but I would like to ask you, can you create a legislation where there will be a cap on how many people can come into our state? Is that possible that you can do that?
You have to talk a little louder. I can't hear. What'd you say?
Okay. Can you start working on a legislation that would limit the amount of people that came in through the system that they have right now of welcoming undocumented people into the state? Because you can't accept everybody into Illinois. That's what I'm asking. Can some kind of legislation be made where there's a cap on the amount of migrants that come in? I mean, they're here, but that will eliminate more people from continually coming in because do we have the resources?
The federal government has to deal with the policy on who is allowed citizenship and to immigrate. The second part, what's happened here is specifically that I'm trying to address is the governor targeting Chicago from the state of Texas. He is targeting bringing buses up here and they have minors on the bus. So my specific letter is dealing with child protection because children are getting off the bus. That's a federal policy on who can immigrate into the United States, and that has to be addressed. No, we're only 4% of the world's population, and everybody cannot come to these shores. We have to recognize that. So I agree with you on that. But let me tell you this here, I don't know, but a lot of police just lined up, and I've got some 3rd district trauma. So let me see what the police want. Come up, officer, by all means.
Lieutenant Irvin.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Irvin from the 3rd District. Thank you, God. I see all my 3rd District family, but you all just to address what Andre Smith was just talking about. What happened was Someone sent the meter maids, who are not the police, who are civilians from the city of Chicago, finance department. So they were outside writing tickets, and one of my officers was monitoring the lights and said, there's some people out here writing tickets. When she asked them who they were, they said, we're from the city, we're the meter maids, and I guess they were sent over to write tickets. When I told her to have her to come in so they can explain, they rented out the whole lot, all of the parking was paid for. So the other event coordinators went and met with her, and they squashed all of the tickets. So
under control. Thank you so much. Listen, this makes you love Chicago when the police work for you. Thank you so much. Thank you, officer.
Take a black woman to get that together.
I'm going to ask a childhood friend of mine, Nicole Knight, to please close us in a word of prayer. Yep. And I'd like to thank our representative from the 3rd District, Ms. Franklin. Thank you very much. I would like all of my campaign volunteers and friends to please stand up. There were so many. I see Frank, I see Eli, I see Darius, I see James, I see, who else do I see? Odessa, I see Phyllis, Claudette trying to hide. Thank you so much. I see Mrs. Ham, I see JJ, who else is that over there? Stan, my eyes are bad. Hey, I see Jerry, I see Floyd, I think Ann. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to have a quick word of prayer, and then we'll take some questions. Nicole McKnight.
Thank you. May we close our eyes and bow our heads. Father God, we thank you for this opportunity to share our thoughts and our feelings. We ask that you would bless Congressman Jackson for being courageous to have this voluntary event to share and to listen and to learn. Lord, we ask that you would hold him up on every leaning side. Let no harm come to him, oh God. We ask that the people that he represents would see him as an advocate for them and not as an adversary, oh God. We ask, oh God, that you would dispatch angels to unite us, oh God, to let no forces tear us apart, oh God, so that we would know that we can do more together than we can ever do apart, oh God. We ask that you would bless everyone as they leave this place. Let them arrive to their destination safely, oh God, and that we would be prepared the next time to speak and to share intelligently, oh God, and with courage, oh God. We ask it all in your name because we know that you are able. Amen.
All right, people. I got here, Mike.
Yeah, right there.
What's going on? How you doing? All right, all right. Right, Lou. Oh, yeah. You said, how you been doing? You good? Good, good. You look good. I'm hanging on in there. Let me get offline real quick. All right, people, live on Cut Under. What was your question? Right.
And they have designated education representatives that help them get caught up to speed.
Hey.
Right?
I
got it all. As they get caught up to speed, they're going to end up their students. And our students have IEPs, and they're not even monitoring their IEPs. So the individual education plan is not being monitored while their education plan is being
right.
And then they get to surpass us. On top of that, we need to know how to transition. So we have been doing without yes. We have been on what we have Section 8, SNAP, all of these government assistance. But they're going to get them as well. But they're going to get help transitioning into being law-abiding and providing a citizen. They'll be your boss. That transition. They're going to be your boss.
Yeah.
We have to get that transition.
Right.
That's important.
That's important. Okay.
Down the way and I'm out.
Hold on, one more question.
Okay.
I want to ask you real quick. What was your opinion of the overall meeting?
It was off topic, they needed a moderator like myself. But I understand that people kind of have that opportunity to bring everything to the table, but you got to know what table to sit at. Okay. However, I think that there's a lot of information that is not reaching our community where we understand how to, should I say, protest, how to get our views looked at, how to be heard by certain congressional members. If we don't understand what everybody does, then we won't know where to bring our issues. So that's what happened here.
You don't think it was a waste? Do you think it was a waste?
I don't think it was a waste, no.
Okay.
Because if you came here to get information, you got it. Now, there were some things that were circumvented, but you can't. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Right.
They were heard in the story.
Good. Oh, me? Yes. I thought it was.
And I'm going to pass the mic to this young lady right here. There you go.
Go ahead. So tell us what you think about the meeting.
I thought the meeting was very good. I'm glad Jonathan held the meeting. I think, like the young lady said, because we have so many issues anyway and we don't understand the process, we're going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at the congressman, which is pretty much what we did, because we don't have an outlet. We didn't have an outlet, so this is it. So the main thing that brought us here was the migrant topic. I thought it was very ingenious of Jonathan to actually not go into a whole lot on the migrant part. He let the people voice their concerns. He knew he was going to get it, and I think he handled himself very well. So, however, I just hope that there's some more changes, because the people are clearly not happy. They're not happy, it's not right, and other people, they actually educated Jonathan. So, I'm glad I came.
Did you learn something?
Of course I did, and always good to see you, Martin. All right.
Bless you, woman of God.
Okay, all right. That's how you doing? Got your arm on? Huh? I got you. You do? Good.
No. The kid, he just went.
I was late. Actually, I had to work today, so I couldn't be here. So I'm going to. Okay. All right. I'm going to call you for another interview anyway. Okay.
Just want to give you something.
Okay.
Million Father March for Father's Rights going on next year. It's my card.
Okay.
How can I reach you?
Put your phone on. Yeah. Martin G. Johnson. Yeah. Hey, how you up, brother? How you doing? Yeah.
Hold me up. Okay.
Live on Cut Unlimited.
What?
Let me type it in. I'm on live. And I don't want to say my number.
Okay, cool. Type it in.
You know, we got some haters out here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's it right there. Lock me in, call me, text me.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Martin G. Johnson, don't forget.
Hey, I follow you, brother.
Okay, I'm on all platforms.
You know, I'm under LaDonna Ray.
Okay, I got you. You still smart. That's what I like. Yo, I'm gonna interview you, because you know I got the YouTube show and all that too. All of it streaming. Oh yes.
Friday night at 7 to
Live on
12
Cut Unlimited.
Sunday.
Okay, cool. I got you. I'll reach out to you. Okay. I got you. All right, people. We'll go ahead and see if I can catch a couple people to interview people. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, good. Behold all things.
I had to work today. That's why I was got here
I
late.
came straight from church.
Yeah.
I was able to get the sandwiches. They had food
Okay.
down the some cold cuts.
Well, you got your word in. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
How you doing? Yes, sir. Good. All right. Live on Cut Unlimited, people.
Yeah, so anything.
You carry this live or what? Come on. What you talking about? Tell us what you talking about. I want to know.
I'm talking about we on stolen land.
Okay.
No one, immigrants.
You want to talk to us about? You can talk to my land.
Immigrants is excuse me, where did black people get into this? We against immigrants.
Okay.
Excuse me? We on stolen land, right? This is stolen land. I ain't a member of the civilized tribe because fuck them, they're colonizers too. But this is stolen land. Everybody's an immigrant except my people. We're captives of war. Everybody else is an immigrant. Did people forget Mexico, Texas? Who used to have that? Wasn't that part of Mexico?
Mesoamerica.
At least I did take some history.
Mesoamerica.
Think about it.
Yeah,
When you talk about illegal immigrants on stolen land, this is the same thing that's going on in Israel with the Palestinians. How can you tell somebody who can't come here? I mean, you can if you got a gun, but now y'all done sold guns to the Mexican cartel, and they can outgun the U.S. Army.
So,
what the fuck?
The moral of the story you say
is if you had left those people alone and stayed out of their business with your foreign policy, they would not be here. Who wants to come and freeze their ass off when I could be down there picking bananas and pineapples and all that stuff? They're here because y'all mess with their country. Y'all a bunch of thieves.
That's it.
All you gotta do is read. Thank God for black teachers and CPS. Oh my goodness. So I know something.
So at least,
Ain't that the truth?
Right.
That's the truth.
Black people buying into this. No. Give me my reparations. That's all I want.
Reparations now.
Okay. I heard you said no.
No, I agree with her.
Okay.
I agree with her. It's stolen land. We went into those people's countries. We assassinated their democratically elected leaders. We armed and funded their militias, and now we destroyed their economies, their dollars. If they try to organize for worker rights, we kill whoever's organizing that. Right. We send blockades, and now they're coming here, and that is our responsibility.
And you cannot keep them out. You gotta know international law, stupid. If you break it, you own it. That's international law. What is wrong with folks?
And now we're trying to put billions.
And Barack Obama is the biggest war criminal because he should have left.
Well, he's not the only one, but he's
Libya
included.
alone, because they had the highest standard of living on the continent of Africa. Free everything. And he says now, oh, I regret. Who gives a fuck? You can't undo it, so you don't own it.
I got a question.
They had the highest rate of literacy over there.
This is colonialism. I just want to say,
my name is Ruby Bradford, aka Super Ruby. I've been here about 32 years ago. I've been here since 1997. I used to do a painting in Prince Charles, now King Charles III. And it won't be as easy. They've been building Obama Library for a little while. And I agree for Ingress over Chicago. You see, Superman's a pop icon. King Charles is on popularity. I've been doing art for the past 26 years now. And it won't be as easy. I will go as a Superman fan. I really hate to say this, since after my mom died 11 years ago, my late mom, Denise Cage, is all you can see. I am going to have to step back for Project Almond because they already screwed me up without my permission. I really appreciate it. Peace.
Thank you so much.
Can I have your business card?
Okay, I don't have a business. I promise you I don't have a business card. You can find me on social media, Martin G. Johnson. Yeah, come on, bro. Put the mic in here. I'm taking it.
Oh, but one of the you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And all I want to say is this.
Let's stand over here. Yeah, let him go ahead. Go ahead.
What we saw today is yesterday. You have a lot of the boule here. You have a lot of folks who have been voting blue no matter who.
Right.
And that day is over. Now black people are demanding tangibles. We want reparations. We want something for our vote. And the Democratic Party, if you look around America, if you look at Baltimore, if you look at California, if you look at New York City, wherever you find Democrats, you'll find poverty, you'll find black people who are downtrodden, and things are dilapidated. Okay, you look at our president right now, Master Biden, in office. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, you ain't black, you don't vote for me. He says he's running on a campaign saying that, you know, if you vote for me, black folks, we're going to put in the lift every voice and sing policy or whatever have you. All the stuff for black folks or whatever. When you get into the details of it, it's minorities, people impoverished, all this kind of stuff that's going to have white folks, LGBTQ, and things like that or whatever. But he got in office, he didn't even do that. You know, so now black people are giving all of their votes to the Democratic Party, and what do we get in return? We get migrants or illegal immigrants inside of our communities. Okay, $60 million a month is what black people are not getting in Chicago. But you know who's getting it? Folks who do not have to vote or anything. This whole entire thing of black folks, y'all gotta vote to get what you want. Guess what? We have people here, 200,000 Ukrainians come to America by way of Biden, and they're getting Social Security free of charge when we're working for it. You understand? And then you have all these people who are dropped on our doorstep, and black people are supposed to take care of that. You know what I'm saying? And so we're looking at Israel right now. Biden and the boys are asking for what? You know, so many billions of dollars for that. All this money for everybody, but we have no reparation for anybody. And so all we're saying is this. We know the last election, 20% of black males peeled off and went to the Republican Party. We know that a lot of black people are looking at doing protest votes. But one thing that's going on is this. Like I said, from 18 to about 50 years old, us black folks are saying, listen, it's tangibles or nothing. We're single matter voters. You understand? Reparations is what we want on the ballot. You know, and if you're not going to do anything for black people, we don't want to hit, minority is a bad word. You understand? If you're not, it's like the Democrats are scared to say black. If you don't have any policies for black people, we don't want to hear it no more. Take it home somewhere. Because the bottom line is that we are suffering, and you bringing all these people here talking about some, hey, you know, they got this going on in their countries and stuff like that. But we have been here. We built this country. We are foundational black Americans. It wouldn't even be a country to immigrate to if our forefathers didn't make this place happen. And so now you're going to have people step over us and get our tangibles and then say, continue to vote for us. You know, keep on pissing on our leg and saying that it's raining. We're not going for that no more. So the bottom line is that there's a new sheriff in town. The young black folks, we're not going for it anymore. And so the Democratic Party is about to crash and burn. As we know, Kamala Harris is in a 30 percentile rating popularity. Master Biden is going down. You know, and so now they're having their people come on out and try and rile up the troops and say what they're doing for other folks or whatever, and try and make it seem like it's for us or whatever. But we're not going for it no more.
Do you think it's a party issue? So you think if we go red, that will solve all?
No.
is
So
that what you're saying?
let's be clear.
Okay.
We know that Republicans, like as Malcolm X said, I can appreciate and respect the enemy of mine who was open about it. Don't sit here and kiss my baby and then wipe your lips when you turn. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the liberal has always done. As Malcolm X said, you know, they're very cunning. It's the difference between the fox and the wolf. The liberal is the fox. You know what I'm saying? They don't care nothing about us, but the Republican is a wolf. He doesn't know how not to show his fangs. They both are the left and the right hand of white supremacy, and I understand that. But let's be clear. Trump is saying this. On day one, if we come in, we shutting down all of those migrants. So guess what? You know, right now, with all that's going on, that is one thing that we need removed up out of here. Another thing, for any person who has a home inside of America who wants to defend themselves legally, hey, guess what? If you want to be a legal gun owner, guess what? It's only one party vouching for you. Now, I'm saying this. Vote your interests. And so if you have an election coming up where you have some Republicans saying some things that matter to your interests, that's fine. If you have some Democrats saying something that matters to your interests, that's fine. If you have both parties saying some yin-yang, don't vote at all. But this whole entire thing of our people died to vote, our people didn't die to vote. Our people died for tangibles. And we have not gotten those tangibles. And we're not getting those tangibles. We're not about to keep on doing something, like keep on doing the same thing and expecting something different. That is the definition of crazy. And so, you know, I rest my plane there. I rest my case there. But what I wanted to say to him today is that it's over for the Democratic Party. You know, because at the end of the day, all of these people who are your baby bloomers, as much as I love our elders, they are passing away. And there's a new voter base coming in. And they're saying, listen, that whole entire vote down the ballot blue, that stuff is over with. You understand? You have to give us something. Voting is an exchange. If you're not giving me anything, you are not getting anything anymore. And guess what? The whole entire thing of, if you don't vote, you can't do nothing. No, you can do something in voting. Or guess what? If you don't vote, you can find another way to be able to make things happen inside of your community. And they don't want you to do that. They want you to stay on that train and just keep on running like a hamster wheel and just saying, I did my civic duty, let me vote every 4 years, and then go to sleep for those other 3 years. Like, no, we're not doing that anymore. It's going to either be voting for a party and getting what we want, y'all taking care of us, and if not, guess what? We will find other ways to do it, as we did in 2020 when folks turned it up and there was a uprising around the country. But however it happens, we're going to get what we want. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. And we're not voting for y'all no more just for the hell of it. And that's all I got to say.
Okay, cool.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Bishop.
Okay, so now, is there any difference between the Republicans and the Democrats?
You said it one more time?
Is there any difference between the Republicans and the Democrats?
A Democrat and a Republican is the left and the white and the right hand of white supremacy. It's as simple as that.
It's the same thing.
They're the same. They're both white supremacists.
See, George Wallace said that back in the 60s. He said blacks have no choice. So what is blacks' option now? What should they do?
Oh, are you asking?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have one. You can vote. If somebody's speaking to your interests, you vote because you vote interest.
But I'm asking you.
Well, no. If you vote your interest. Because if you have an election coming up and they talking about immigration this, and we're gonna take care of this group over here, and we're gonna take care of Asians with an Asian hate crime bill, and we know that black people is getting messed up, but we're gonna take care of some migrants over here, and you know what, black people should care about everybody else but themselves. If y'all not mentioning us, you're not getting anything from us. And that's sanity, okay? Now, black people for too long, like I said, the baby boomers, for too long have just been saying our people died for us to vote. Oh, we got to go and give our vote. And the people that we put in office don't do anything for us.
In the second time, let me quick now. So, don't you know in the capitalistic system, both parties want the same thing, wealth and power? Did you know that?
What I do know is that the grassroots has the power.
Wait a minute, next other person.
That's what I do know.
Do you think blacks, elitist blacks, are on the side of you or the power that be?
Are you talking about the bootleggers?
Yes.
You talking about the house niggas?
Well, gentlemen,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I just answered your question.
They're not on your side.
Obviously, because I'm a field nigga.
Okay, and those are your leaders.
That's not my leaders. Those are appointed leaders by the board.
Then who are your leaders?
My leaders, no. So let me say this. What was done that black people have learned from is that in the 60s and before then, we always had a leader. Okay, as in Chicago, we had Chairman Fred, all right, and they made sure to kill him off. Okay, you had the gangs; they flooded with drugs and things like that. Okay, and so the bottom line is, no matter any leaders that we get, Markham and Malcolm, they come in and assassinate them, and that kind of quashes the movement. Now we understand we don't need a leader; we need a code, and we have a code, and the code is B1, black first.
Let me start talking on that. See, all those guys, Fred, all of them, they were not for money; they were principles. Would you agree? The young leaders today, they want money.
What young leaders?
You got a lot of brother.
You putting Chairman Fred in the same
most of your leaders today are hip hop artists.
No.
Yes, they are.
As Malcolm said, only in the black community can you go and find entertainers. You understand? And authors and musicians and singers to be leaders of black folks. Can you go to the white community and go talk to a comedian and say, hey, are you the leader of white folks? Can you go to a singer?
That's why the black community is not organized, brother. You have no discipline. None, brother and sister. And most young people...
And what is the discipline in the black community that's missing today? The black father. Let me answer it for you. And where's the black father at?
No, you said what's missing.
I said what's missing?
What's missing is a lack of wisdom. They don't study. They don't study. They have on emotions.
Brother, you have family, you have community, and you have nation. And the people white folks make sure to do a good thing. We have to break that black family down.
Next your question.
Like I said before, the Civil Rights Bill.
You saw a young black reading a book. A young black man.
In my household, they read every day, brother. Okay. I have 3 daughters and 1 son.
Do you know in the 60s, every black young man had a book in his hand. They had study groups. See, right now, I'm serious, brother. You gotta understand the nature of capitalistic society.
So we're gonna read our way into what we're trying to get done?
No. Read, gain information, gain wisdom.
Absolutely.
See, let me tell you something. A true education will teach a person how to think and do for themselves. Anything else is not educated. You're miseducated. Most blacks are miseducated. Cosby Woodson said, the longer a black go to a Eurocentric white institution, the dumber he become because you are not taught to value yourself.
Okay, now let's bring that back to Republicans and Democrats and your political quote-unquote leaders, and what are they doing for you?
Who? None of them are doing nothing.
Okay, so now when it comes to elections, what is your say? What have you? What is the course of action that you believe in?
Brother, you have no power in politics in the black community. Your business, your power comes through economics.
Now, what I would say is this. Is that
would you agree, yes or no?
Yes, economics.
All right, then.
But what I'll say is this.
In the black community, there's no economic engine nowhere.
What I would say is this,
would you agree?
What I would say is this, before I agree to that is that there's power in numbers.
If they're organized. If they're organized.
Absolutely. And one thing that we can say when it comes to voting, that the biggest voter block out of all folks has been black people. And who have we voted for?
Nobody.
Democrats. And so everybody else is fickle. White folks vote Democratic one election, and then they vote Republican another. And what we're saying is this, is that black people can withhold our vote, or we can vote for one party. But what we have to do, for 60 years, we've been voting Democratic, voting blue no matter who. That has not worked for us. Now, if we begin to hold our vote, maybe somebody will start catering to us. Because the bottom line is that the Democrats ain't going to be going nowhere without the black vote.
Let me say something. We'll be good.
Hey, we know. That's why you're here.
No, brother, let me say something. Let me say something.
Because we're not voting no
Let me say something. Let me tell you something. When all those immigrants coming over here, like the people say, in a very short time, your black will be non-involved.
Say that one time.
The black vote will be non-involved in very near future.
Hey, here's the beautiful thing about it, brother. It only takes a small amount of people on code to be able to make powerful. Thank you, on code to be able to make things happen. Okay. And so that being said, we don't. Let me say something. What they always want to do is keep us on the treadmill of doing our civic duty and voting every election. The moment that black folks figure out, guess what? We can do things other ways without voting. Trust me, things will get done even faster.
Let me close it. Now, do you know of all the black organizations in America today?
Okay.
You know who was the number one?
The Blue Lay organizations?
No, the Black Panthers were the number one organization that was for black folks' betterment. The Black Panthers. Would you agree, yes or no?
I mean, you have more. You have the Nation of Islam out there.
No.
Yes, you
have. What the same?
Okay.
The Black Panthers, brother. The Black Panthers had free education,
yes, I
free
know
breakfast,
yes.
police correction, political awareness. Man, see, the average black young man today, he don't know who the governor is because the system has got their man in the street.
If the governor hasn't made himself known to that, brother, to hell with the governor.
No.
The question is who do you know,
brother,
what do you know, and what can you have?
Brother, see,
what can you make happen with that?
If you don't know what's going on, how you going to be that? You can't be what you can't think and see. Would you agree?
What I would say is this, brother.
I ask you a question.
That we have millions of us who are here.
Okay, let's do it now.
Okay.
No. The average young black man today, what does he want?
I can't tell you that.
You don't know?
We're not a monolithic group.
Oh, I said the average.
Yeah, that's a group.
The average.
They want to live, and they want to be free.
In the conversation, you have, and you don't do the math, you just wasting your time.
Okay, well, that is what it is.
I'm serious though. See, brother, I'm serious though. Okay, if you vote Republican or Democrat, you can be in the same position in a capitalist society. Would you agree? Because see, right now,
vote your interests, not party. That's all.
What do you want for black folks yourself? Right now, what do you want for black folks to do to better themselves? Right now.
What I want black people to come together, like I said, and get on this code.
Okay, now let me ask you a question again.
This code is simply black first. Stop putting other people before the black community.
Let me ask you a question, brother. Does black men and women get along?
They get along enough to be able to make babies. They get along enough to be able to make babies because they never stop making babies.
Now, brother, don't you know the black population is down? You didn't know that?
Brother.
It's down, brother.
Brother, don't go by statistics.
No, brother, I'm telling you.
It's more than 14% black folks.
Brother, let me tell you something. Go to the Hispanic neighborhood, and every young couple you see got 2 babies or 3.
What do you see in the black community? One?
Nothing.
I don't know where you at, brother. I'm a younger man, so we're not in the same circle. That's all I'm saying.
Marcus.
How many black men you know that's head of their household?
Well, my father had 15 boys.
I said, how many you know today?
I'm saying something to you. My father had 15 boys. Out of those 15 boys, you have 15 houses that are headed by black men.
Okay, then,
out of those 15, out of the guys that we roll with, our circle, all the brothers that we know, also are heading their households.
Statistics say 70% of the black house are headed by a single female.
Okay.
70%. That's the statistics.
All I can say is that my household is not that.
Wait, brother, see, you're in the minority though. See, you got to deal with the majority, brother.
Okay, so meet them.
And those that are least, okay, right now, don't you know the average black woman do not see you as a leader?
Why is that?
Because she sees you as a deadbeat.
No. Why is
because she's been educated in Eurocentric indoctrination.
Thank you.
Okay, then, so hold up, brother. Now, why don't we try to change that? Well, we accept that.
Well, like I said, something started at home first, correct?
Everything started at home.
All right, I have a fiance at home. All right, I have a family at home. And so something started in the household.
Yes, sir.
And so in my household, that is where the revolution is beginning in my household.
I believe that, brother.
You understand?
I believe you.
And so there's hope for the future.
See,
for many of us black men who are heading our households, who are in a faithful relationship with our black women, who are making a difference. Because let's be clear. When we came up, In the 80s and the 70s, a lot of us didn't have fathers like that. But there are way more black fathers in the street today with their children than it was back when we came up. And so the thing is that things are changing.
Let me say something, brother. Let me say something. A few years ago, say if you went to a club or something, the brother was they were trying to get to know the young ladies.
I don't know how we got on the subject.
You go in a club today, the average brother back there watching sports.
I don't know what
they're not even communicating with their brother. The average black man cannot have a decent conversation with the average black woman today.
No, the average black man in the club, unfortunately, wants to have sex with the black woman, and once he gets what he wants, he don't want to have nothing to do with
but
the
that's
black
what I'm trying to say. So he don't have any other conversation for us. He don't have no conversation for us.
Well, let me just say this.
So like a parasite. Am I right or wrong?
My father was a musician, and the most powerful thing, even Farrakhan said that, the most powerful thing out here is music. And so when you understand the music is what people follow, look at the music and look at the people, all right? And you can go into any time and you can look at the music and look at the people. And so the people who are over the music right now, who are not black, you understand, are okay with the music being, you know, full of hoes and bitches and all this other kind of stuff or whatever. But what they will shut down is Ice Cube putting out a F the Police type of song. You understand? So the bottom line is that when you see brothers out here doing what they're doing, or you see sisters out here now, sisters are out here as well now, hoeing as well, using what they got to get what they want because of the music. You understand? And so I'm letting you know that on all sides we are being attacked, but it's okay because
you mentioned music.
Yes.
The music today is your downfall.
That's my downfall. That's our downfall.
The music today, yes, sir.
Okay.
The music.
Yes.
You mentioned it. I didn't mention it. You mentioned it.
I know I did.
So evidently you're not aware of what you're talking about.
I just said.
You understand what I'm trying to say? See, you're talking because you sound good, but you ain't making no sense, brother.
You're talking.
No, I'm telling you, brother.
What I said is if you look at the people, if you look at the problems on the street, and you look at the music,
you know who controls the music is the Jews. The Jews control.
I know about that, brother.
So the Jews took.
Brother, you even know who my father is, man? My father's Phil Corain, the starter of Earth, Wind & Fire. He started Shaka Khan at 12 years old.
But listen, man, please listen.
I'm a musician. I've traveled the world. I've been in Russia. I've been to Africa. I've lived in Paris. I've been around this bad boy.
But see,
I played for James Brown's funeral. You understand? I toured with Prince. I know what the industry looks like. I know the gatekeepers who are over it. You understand? We understand at every junction in life, at the top is going to always be white folks. And they understand how powerful music is. So, of course, they would make sure to have them over it. To be able to cut the checks and say, young folks who are 18, 17, and 19, get a rap deal and go ahead and put some nonsense out here so the other black folks can follow that. We know that.
So we get that. I said, you're in music, so how can we change that?
How can we change that?
Yes, sir.
Parents got to stop buying the music.
No, it's not that, because kids are going to follow it no matter what. How can you change that?
Yes, sir.
By putting some other messages in the music.
Yes, sir.
How can you change that? By the grassroots. As much as this establishment and white supremacy and all that is, never forget where the power lies. Even before economics, brother, the power's in the people. That's Chairman Fred. Power to the people. We have the power, brother. And yes, we are the only people, black Americans, foundational black Americans, whoever you want to call us, we are the only people attacked by every side. As J. Edgar Hoover said, America's worst nightmare will be a black messiah. And so they have to do everything that they can to lock us up. They have to do everything they can to contaminate us. They have to raise us up in schools pledging to a flag, or pledging allegiance to a flag that has only enslaved us and hindered us. And so the bottom line is that there is still hope, first of all, in you having that seed. Have that seed and bring that seed up one by one.
Let me say something now. Since you said something, make a point. Now, you said we are our worst enemy, right? Did you say that?
I think you said that.
Okay, well, I said that. I'm going to prove it. More blacks are killed by who?
I don't know the statistics. Enlighten.
Blacks.
Okay.
Blacks. Now, why is that?
Because where you find crime and violence, you'll find high poverty.
It's self-hatred.
You'll find high poverty.
I said self-hatred.
Well, yes.
It ain't do no poverty, brother. It's hatred. Let me tell you something. See, listen. See, in a capitalistic society, black folks have been miseducated because in a capitalist society, it's based on competition. But you shouldn't compete with each other. You should complete one another.
That goes back to the music,
we have not
been
taught that.
Because in hip hop,
let me tell you something. Most black folks
operate. 5%ers and folks.
Most black folks operate from a lack of consciousness.
Yes, I agree.
Then, if you look at a spiritual aspect of the game, you operate from a possibility and probability concept. You must see what you want and speak it and manifest it.
Yes, that's why I have
that's
my family at home that I've spoken into and manifested.
I listen to Black's conversation. They never speak with any kind of intelligence or wisdom.
Well, I'm not going to do a whole entire broadened stroke of everybody. What I will say is that it does not take everybody. It does not take everybody. It takes the chosen few. That's all, brother.
Wisdom.
And what I'll say is that there is hope for tomorrow. Because the way you sound like everything is damned. And I reject that. What I will say is this, though, is that there are brothers, there are sisters, and there are black people who are moving forward, who understand what we are against, and who have come together and, like I said, created a code.
Brother, I'm telling you something.
And that code is black first,
okay.
And that's what we own.
Okay, let me say you something.
And when it comes to politics and everything else, if they're not speaking about upliftment of black people, we're not going for it. And so we don't have to go through everything else.
Let me ask you a question. All the ministers, politicians, business people, what are they theme for black people? When they talk, what are they talking about?
I don't know because I'm not in those circles.
Well, let me tell you.
I'm with the grassroots, bro.
You know what they want? They want government handouts.
Okay. Anything else?
See, but then...
How many black men are inside of the black church today?
How many?
Black men have exited the black church. It's black women inside of the black church. Because black men ain't going for
most
that.
Of the pastors black men,
Party,
most of the pastors
black men have begun to exit the Democratic Party. We're not going for that no more.
But where are they going?
Where are they going?
Yes.
They're finding a means to themselves.
They're looking. They're lost.
Guess what? No.
They're lost, brother.
All you got to do is know one thing, that this ain't working. And if you continue with that attitude, you will find what you're looking for. Now, the conversation you need to be having is with all of these baby boomers and folks out here who are complacent and saying that this is good and that Master's house is as good as it's gonna get, and I never want to leave here. This is the best it's gonna be. No, we know that something is wrong. We understand. Even the brothers out here who are even shooting each other, they understand what's going on. They understand that they're in a trap.
You putting it down 12 people the same. Jefferson Jackson, all of them. They are more brainwashed. They are more brainwashed than the street people.
I'm not here to say, like I said, paint oranges and apples and all that.
I said
that's fine. That's what you can do.
Because the system, see, brother, the system operates on two premises.
And this is what ended up happening.
Reward and punishment.
With the older generation, you get a lot of pontificating.
Oh, no,
you understand?
brother.
You get a lot of folks, let's talk about it. But the bottom line is, in 2020, was you out there in the streets?
In 2020?
In 2020.
Wait
doing the social uprising around America for the George Floyd murder?
Brother, being in the street is not the answer.
Okay.
It's being in your head.
All right. Well, you
being in your
head, brother,
heart.
but I gotta go. You have a good day.
Let me get that mic off you.
I'm sorry. I knew
I put it on you.
God bless
you.
Good.
Yeah, we can't talk all day, man.
Thank you. All right, people.
What's going on, man?
Ain't that tell you about Shepard?
Can you look for me for Ruby
No,
H.
you gotta
Bradford?
find me.
I
Martin G.
can't
Johnson.
On Instagram?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm on Facebook. Okay. This live uncut, unedited.
What organization you with now?
I just do my own. I'm just reporting. That's all. Live uncut, unedited.
See, you be on the case here.
Oh yeah.
Then you young guy. Make you sound free.
Yeah.
Let me go on Facebook right now. What's the name of it?
Martin G. Johnson.
Martin.
What's the difference between the Republican? George Walker said back in the 60s.
No,
he said it was a dime worth of difference.
Excuse me, Martin.
10 cents worth of difference.
G. Johnson.
Because they vote for the same thing.
Johnson.
Why you power, man?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry for mistake.
But one thing I did want to say to both of you guys that...
is that you?
Yeah, that's me. We get more out of Democrats than we get out of Republicans. We can at least, with Democrats, we can go to the table and get something. Republicans don't want to they don't want to give us nothing. They're trying to cut Medicare and Medicaid right now.
They already cut my SNAP benefit down because of my artwork sales too.
Right. Now,
who did?
The Republicans. Both parties.
I ain't in y'all. All right. So, I understand.
It's not easy.
But like you said something real key.
I'm disability
both you guys
too.
made points. Both parties want power and wealth. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they both want that. And you're right.
Yeah. Make sure you vote Democrat. Don't vote Republicans.
Yeah.
Hey, baby girl, how you doing?
Live uncut, unedited, people.
Thank you, everybody, for support.
Okay.
I will miss you, Reverend Judge Johnson.
You got my number.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, call me.
Mr.
All right, Shepard.
Johnson, peace.
Thank you. Live uncut, unedited, people. Yeah. So I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all, people. That was a long interview. They was going at it. I'm letting the young man and the old man go at it. And they was going at it. They both had value points. So they both had good points. All right. So live uncut and edited, people. Appreciate you. Live uncut and edited, people. All right. I'm getting ready to walk up out of here. Appreciate y'all. I was late for the meet, but we did get a little something. We got a little something, so appreciate you guys. Share the video. Maybe we'll talk about it tonight. I got be on Cynthia Emanuel live podcast at 6:30, so I'm headed on. Man, get them hands out their pocket and bump me. All right. Yes, sir. All right. Yeah. So, live uncut on there, people. All right. I got to get out of here, people. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I got here at the last minute, but it is what it is. All right. I got a chance to see somebody I haven't seen in years on the political realm. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I got to get out of here. Peace out. Live, uncut, unedited. Y'all already know what it is. I agree. Two young men, an old man, probably agree more than they disagree. Right. And both of them was looking at it from two different perspectives. I understand that. The older people think they've already arrived, which they've made a great impact in the 60s. I give them 50s, 60s. They did a good job exposing things, but it's a new day now, people. New day. Peace out.